Well, welcome back to my channel, everybody. I'm hoping to put out a video for y'all this week. The project that I was working on, I was 16 hours into the project and the paint can exploded on me. And I've got to order a new can, it's a special paint, blah, blah, blah. So that project's been put on delay. It's been a hectic week. Let's see, I've already flipped and restored 2 vices and sold 2 vices. I hung and did my first cross wedge on an axe. My wife and I finished building this work table. And I've got some other projects. I've got 2 other vices I'm working on right now as well. So I've got to find a project so I can put a video out for y'all this week. And I think I know what I'm going to do. I think that I'm going to go ahead and flip this hammer. Not flip it, just kind of make it over. It's a really cool hammer. I like it. Let's take a little closer look at this. This is an Amco ball peen hammer. I don't know the weight on it. Some of the markings are kind of faint, but it's a cool little hammer. The head is loose on it, so I got to fix that. I'm not going to remove the head from the handle. I'm just going to try to, well, I hope not. I think I can just set it down a little further and fix that. But my plan is I'm going to scrape and refinish the handle. I'm going to buff and polish parts of the head and maybe paint it. I started without y'all. I didn't push the record button. What I'm doing is I showed y'all earlier, the head is loose. So what I'm doing is I'm trimming up the shelf that the head is sitting on. It had a really bad shelf, really thick, prominent shelf, which I'm not a fan of. So I'm trimming that shelf up a little bit to allow the head to sink down a little bit further whenever I bang on the handle and try to set it with inertia. I do the same thing for axes. If the axe head is going on straight, I will trim the shelf and sink it as far as I can. And in my opinion, I think that helps you not have to take the head or the handle off and on as much. You can make more headway a little bit quicker doing it that way. See how deformed this is? I'm going to try to smooth that up. And then it's a possibility I may go ahead and paint this. Oh yeah, that's on there nice and tight now. Let me show y'all. Look how much it's seated down. Ooh, split the handle there a little bit. I hit it a little hard. But I'm gonna trim this up. I'm going to sink these wedges down a little further and then sand that wood down a little bit, make it a little bit more flush. Let me trim that up. Ooh, I got a little carried away with hitting that. Little crack there. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Just going to focus. Isn't this just a cool little hammer? Very cool hammer. Well, hopefully I don't drop y'all. My tripod just broke. So it's kind of just balanced in position. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to sink these wedges a little further down in to make sure that it's nice and tight. See if I can do it where y'all can see. Got my little Bell Systems hammer here, and I'm just going to tap them in. Maybe. There we go. Sink those wedges. It's not been a good day, I'm telling you. I'm just beat and exhausted. Alright, I don't know, I'm not going to sink that much further. It's kind of, I'm trying to hold it where y'all can see, but y'all know what I'm doing. Get that level. try to at least. Alright. I don't think the head's gonna move now. Oh yeah, that's tight. That's nice and tight. I don't think that's gonna go anywhere. When possible, I like to try and do as much work by hand, but because I'm on a time crunch to get a video out for y'all, because it's just been such a crazy week, I went ahead and put a 120 grit on a sanding pad on my angle grinder, and I'm going to give that a whirl. See how it goes. I wonder if I should just go ahead and follow the curves of the hammerhead and clean up the head a little bit in the process. I do like the way it looks with just a little bit proud, but it's not quite level. Let me come over here so I can see a little better. I don't think that's looking too bad. I think I'm gonna call that good. All right, I've never tried doing this before, so let's see what happens. And I may have to switch to a coarser grit, but I want to start out with this and see how it goes. Oh yeah, that's working just fine. Before I get too far into refinishing the face of this, I didn't show y'all how beat up it was. Let's see if I can get that to focus. It was pretty beat up. I've already got a lot of it taken out, but I wanted to show y'all real quick. It was pretty bad before I got started. I switched over to hand sanding this so that I can have a little bit more control, and hopefully it will turn out all right. So I'll be back with y'all in just a little bit after I get it done. Okay, I have scraped the handle, which I am debating burning. I have gotten the head ready for paint. This logo was already worn. Me scraping the handle didn't actually have an effect on it at all. I was kind of worried about it, but I wanted to stain it and didn't care if it wiped off, but everything that was there is still there. So I painted the head. Before I painted it, I went ahead and sanded this area to, what was it, 800, I think? 800 or 1,000, I can't remember what it was. And now I'm just coming back because it would have been difficult to tape that area off. I'm just cutting, scratching the paint back off of that area, which is fairly simple because it's already smooth. It's not hard to do. Just trying to be careful not to hit everything else. I left that taped off. Now all I'm doing is just applying some of my favorite stain. It's a Watco Danish oil. It's a dark walnut. I just put it in this oiler. I've never used it before. This oiler was a gift. I just got it cleaned up and functioning. I need to see whether or not I can actually adjust how much comes out of it. I don't know yet. Apply that on here and let it set for a while and see if it needs to be reapplied. So I did bring the face of the ball peen hammer to a mirror shine. This part I only took to 1,000, and the back side, the actual ball part of it, I did bring it to a mirror as well. I don't know if it's going to be easy or hard to see because of the size of it, but that's a mirror shine as well. Stained the handle, painted the head. Fun, quick little project. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed watching what I did to this Amco ball peen hammer. I think it turned out pretty cool. I didn't do the rhino or the bed liner on it because this already has dimples in it for texture. I didn't think it needed it, and I wanted to try something different. I'm not going to be able to put the Vice video out next because I have to special order that paint. So what I think I'm going to do is hang a Pulaski. I just got a really cool Pulaski in. So y'all stay tuned. I appreciate y'all watching. Until next time, get out there, save something from being forgotten, and live a big life. The video still going, or am I talking to myself? I don't know. Yes, mess. Note to self, continue to use the foam brush.